Angel, angel, what have I done? I face the quakes, the wind, the fire. I've conquered country, crown and throne. Why can't I cross this river?
Hey guys, how's it going? Sacrilege here, and I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. This is going to be a couple games that you should give a second chance to. A lot of these games came out a couple years ago. They exploded at first and then immediately died off within a month. This is either due to game design, lack of in-game content, lack of whatever. First one I'm starting off with here, Star Wars: The Old Republic. I jumped for it. I did. I dropped $160 on the physical collector's edition. I bought a new computer for this game. I was so stoked for this game. It came out. I played it for a month. Oh, then what? There was nothing. And I pretty much quit. I came back again during the game's second expansion, first expansion, Rise of the Hutt Cartel. Played that for a little bit, and then that's when I leveled up this guy right here. And then again, I didn't get into it. There were other big things coming out, and so I dropped it again. However, there was a new recent expansion. Was it a patch or an expansion? I'm not entirely sure. But either way, I'm digging it. I'm definitely digging it. It put in player housing. It put in fleet housing. It put in fleet flagships. Fleets can literally go in and take over entire planets now. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I mean, I've leveled this guy in the last 2 days. Just been playing it absolutely non-stop. It managed to drag me away from Transformers even. So that's number one on the list for games to give a second chance to. Alright guys, so number 2 on the list of games to give a second chance, RuneScape. Now this game has been around, good god, 2001 I think was when the RuneScape Classic launched. And for those of you that don't remember, it looked horrible, it looked terrible, you wanted to cry, weep, ugh. The game then moved in, I want to say 04, 05, moved into RuneScape 2, huge, much larger world, more quests, everything expanded. The big thing, though, in the last, drop that authenticator. In the last 2 years, the game has changed quite fundamentally. They've altered the combat system, they've added more cutscenes, the quests have become more phenomenal. It's utterly amazing. And they're actually working on, it's actually RuneScape 3 now, but they're also working on a new HTML5 version of it that just completely sweeps everything away. This is currently the way it looks, and it is definitely amazing. The combat has been thoroughly changed. As you can see here, you now actually have abilities to use in a rotation for optimal damage. They've also, since I've played, revamped that a little bit. They gave us, see how 1 through 9 is in a yellow box? It uses those automatically, almost like a macro from some of the more popular MMOs, where it'll use 1 first, then 2, then 3, and then, 1's off cooldown and use 1 first. It uses whatever is first in that line. and it is quite helpful for those of you that loved the endless grind, where you just click on something and you tab into something else. That's how I do it. They've also introduced, I don't know, I'm not quite sure how to do it. They put in a legacy combat where it completely changes everything back to old school combat, where it's just the click and you automatically attack. They've also reintroduced the specials from certain weapons, the God Swords, the Cerebromin Sword, the Dark Bow, etc., etc. Highly recommend. They've also coming out here with a new big high-end zone. It's going to be the Elf City. All kinds of top-level training zones, etc., etc. You can get into it for free if you have so many skills above level 75. There's also a way, if you don't have those requirements, to get into it by doing a quest chain. Anyways, hope to see you guys in this game. Alrighty, guys, last and not least, number 3 pick for games to give a second chance. Star Trek Online. Let's face it. Spaceships, aliens, hot chicks. Done, done, and done. Definitely give this game a second chance. It's actually going into its second expansion here in the next 2 months, Delta Rising. And I think that's a really good move for Cryptic here. It's free roam, basically, is what's going to happen. The only presets they really have to follow are a few of the markers left behind by the television series Star Trek Voyager, which were few and far between. They've touched a little bit on it. You know, the Kazon are going to be there, the Borg are going to be there, the Undine are going to be there, and we've already tangled with the last two. I'm actually anxious to see what happens with the Kazon and see if Seska's son is actually the new leader of the Kazon Nistrum. I was very curious to see where that was going to go when that happened at the end of season 2. Seska died, Maj Kalo lived and took the son, and poof, no more Kazon. But the game has changed and evolved over time. It started out being owned by Atari, and through some very sketchy and bad business designs, the game went away from subscription to a terrible free-to-play model, and then it was bought up by Perfect World. And I know this sounds a little cliche, but I think this is the epitome, the perfect iteration of a free-to-play model. You can completely play this game without dropping a single penny into it. And it's not these stupid, long, ludicrous achievement grinds. It still takes a little bit longer, you know, it'll take you a couple weeks to grind up for a new ship, but that's much better than like Lord of the Rings, where you got to do all those, what do they call them? Feats? I don't fucking know. But definitely. Great time to hop on too if you are interested in spending money. You can buy all these starter packs for the new expansion. I know a lot of fleets are ramping up recruitment for the new expansion. It's gonna be great. Alright guys, and that covers my top 3 video games to give a second chance. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you all give them a second chance. They're great games, and I still play them. I log into each of them maybe once a week, twice a week, except for Star Wars here. Been dogging on this one for the last week and a half, having a lot of fun. As always, subscribe, drop by. I do all kinds of stuff. About once a week is when I upload 3 or 4 videos. Yeah. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some galactic evil to go purge. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. As always, got any questions? Let me hear them. Let me know. If you guys want me to do some more detailed stuff on either 3 of these games, let me know. I'll see what I can come up with. Until then, take care.